Try and notice when you're doing the different shapes. Try and notice when they have tone to describe the shape. So, for example, like on this arm here at the front, you've got it's lighter along the top and then darker underneath. So generally, to darken skin tone, you use a brown rather than a black. So you just add a little bit of brown and first, and then you go over top with the lighter color, so the blush, and that blends it in. It's probably going to need some darker treatment as well, maybe with the black for that particular arm. And the dress at the front is a lovely blue, isn't it? So I think we can go there with the sort of light blue at the front. That works well with the color range, nice light blue with the pinks. Try and keep your pencil marks sort of moving in the same direction as the dress. And then, yeah, it's going to be quite dark up in the bodice. Even a little bit of black in there, down the bottom. So keep going with it, guys. Even if you're struggling with this drawing, keep pushing, because you know it's something like this is more challenging, but it does kind of grow your skills a bit more. And even if it doesn't work out in the end and you hate it, it's still really good for your learning. So it's important to try and take on those those drawings that are going to push you a bit more than the ones you know you can do well. It's hard though if you're working on something and you're just not into it. Yeah, I know what it's like. Or you may be loving it and it may be totally working for you. All right, let me just I'll show you something with the black here. So if you have a look at the screen, so see how I've got this arm, and I've kind of got the right tones on the top and the bottom of it, but it's really getting lost in this pink that I've got behind here. So what I'm going to do is, rather than, I could do a big dark outline, but what I want to do is I want to get some contrast behind it. So I'm just going to add some dark tone in behind it to make the arm actually pop forward. So it's a generally understood thing that things that are darker go back into the background and things that are lighter come forward. So if you've got something like this that's overlapping other things, just a bit of dark tone like that, and then suddenly that arm is popping forward. Does that make sense? So wherever you can, if you've got something you want to be in the foreground, make it lighter and then do some dark behind it. Okay. All right, I'm going to have to tackle these faces. Here we go. So it's going to start off with some dark areas. So it's going to be dark sort of under the nose, where the eyes are, and then the hair is going to be quite dark. It's quite dark under the chin and around the neck area too, because that's in shade. So if you just start off by sort of adding in some of those darker tones, and then you can just work over it with the lighter tone. And in this case I've used brown because brown's a softer colour than black. Black would just be too much contrast. There we go. Oh, that's quite a red. Maybe a bit more of a reddy brown here. That's better. I actually feel like adding in the greens in this picture is going to be, it's kind of going to clash with the color theme we've got going on here. So it's up to you if you want to leave the background blank, or yeah, you could add some darker tones into the background maybe and just keep it quite neutral. So even browns or blacks or grey might look quite cool actually. Let's try that, eh? Rather, because the green, I feel like the green is just going to clash with all the colors we've got. Yeah, that's not bad actually. Grey's quite nice and neutral.